Before we begin, let your body settle. Let the weight of the day sink gently into the mattress beneath you. The room grows quieter. Your breathing slows just a little. Tonight, we are not learning about sleep, we are entering it. And as you drift closer to that gentle edge, something extraordinary begins to happen inside your brain. Reality, as you know it, starts to loosen. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but softly, like a photograph fading into memory. When your eyes close, the world doesn't disappear, it withdraws. Sounds grow distant, thoughts stretch out and blur. The sharp edges of the day soften, and inside your skull, behind your closed eyelids, a different kind of world is preparing to rise. Not an illusion, not a hallucination, but a constructed reality, built carefully, silently, by the sleeping brain. As you lie there, your brain begins a quiet transition. Electrical rhythms shift. Neurons slow their chatter. The external world loses its grip. This is the first secret of sleep. Your brain does not shut down when you sleep. It changes modes. Imagine a vast city at night. During the day, traffic rushes outward, signals streaming in from the eyes, ears, skin. But as night falls, the gates close, roads empty, lights dim, and inside the city, something else begins. Maintenance, reorganization, construction. Sleep is the brain turning inward, away from the senses and toward itself. It tracks danger, predicts outcomes, keeps you oriented in time and space. But in sleep, those priorities dissolve. Time becomes flexible. Space loses its rules. Logic loosens its grip. And in that quiet freedom, the brain does something remarkable. It creates. You may not feel it happening, but as you drift deeper, your brain begins assembling fragments of reality, memories from the day, faces you recognize, places you have been or never existed at all. It pulls them apart and gently recombines them, like a storyteller rearranging familiar words into a new tale. This is not chaos, it is pattern building. Your sleeping brain is searching for meaning, testing possibilities, simulating worlds, because the brain evolved not just to react to reality, but to predict it. And sleep is where those predictions are rehearsed. Long before dreams appear, the groundwork is laid. Neural networks begin whispering to one another. Old connections are strengthened. Unimportant details fade. This is where memory transforms, not as a recording, but as a reconstruction. Each night, your brain decides what reality will feel like tomorrow. This is why dreams borrow from your life, but never copy it exactly. They are models, not memories. The sleeping brain is asking, what if? What matters? What should we keep? And slowly, without effort, without awareness, the world inside your mind becomes more vivid than the room around you. Your body is still, your eyes remain closed, but perception awakens from within. In this moment, you are neither fully awake nor fully asleep. You are crossing the threshold, a place where reality stops arriving from the outside and begins rising from the inside instead. And this is where the story truly begins. Because in the chapters ahead, we will follow how the sleeping brain builds entire worlds from memory, bends time and space without resistance, creates emotions more powerful than waking life, and briefly makes you the quiet center of a universe it designed just for you. For now, rest here. Let the edges blur. Let thought drift without direction. Your brain is already at work, weaving the first threads of a world you're about to enter. Chapter 2: When Memory Becomes Matter. Somewhere between one breath and the next, the outside world lets go. Your body is still here, safe, unmoving, supported. But your brain has crossed a quieter boundary. Because now, something subtle happens. Memory stops being memory and begins behaving like reality. When you are awake, memories are distant. You recall them. You visit them briefly. You know where they belong, in the past. But in sleep, that memory dissolves. The brain no longer tags memories with timestamps. No labels, no warnings, only sensation. A face appears, and you don't remember meeting them. You simply know them. A place unfolds, and you don't question its logic. You stand inside it. This is because the sleeping brain does not store memory the way a library does. It stores memory as patterns of sensation, colors, movement, emotion, meaning. And when sleep deepens, those patterns are reactivated, not as recollections, but as experiences. Inside your brain, networks that once processed sight begin firing, even though your eyes are closed. Regions that handled sound begin whispering, even in silence. The same circuits used to perceive reality while awake are now noticed inward. The brain doesn't distinguish the source. To your nervous system, experience is experience. This is the second secret of sleep. Reality is not defined by what is outside you. It is defined by what your brain believes is happening. And in sleep, belief comes easily. Think of memory not as a file, but as clay, soft, responsive, shapeable. As you sleep, the brain presses into this clay. It blends moments together, smooths rough edges, deepens emotional contours. This is why dreams often feel emotionally intense, because emotion is the glue that holds memory together. The sleeping brain asks, what felt important? What felt unresolved? What still echoes? And then it builds scenes around those feelings. Not logically, but intuitively. This is why a dream can compress years into seconds. Why one familiar face can stand in for many. Why places melt into one another without resistance. The sleeping brain is not recreating reality. It is extracting meaning from it. You may dream of walking through a childhood home, but it feels larger, brighter, charged with something you can't name. That's because the brain isn't showing you the house. It's showing you how the house felt. In sleep, facts dissolve, but emotional truth remains sharp. The brain prioritizes meaning over accuracy, and meaning is how reality is remembered. As this continues, the dream world gains weight. Textures feel solid. Voices sound present. Motion feels effortless. This is not imagination running wild. This is the brain practicing perception without sensory input. A closed loop, self-sustaining, convincing. Your body believes it too. Heart rate changes with dream emotion. Breathing responds to imagined movement. Muscles stretch at imagined action. The boundary between real and outer blurs, because the brain is using the same blueprint for both. This is why nightmares can wake you shaking, and why beautiful dreams linger like real memories. To your nervous system, they were real. Yet, beneath all of this creation, something remains calm. The brainstem keeps watch. the body stays anchored. You are protected from acting out these worlds, a quiet guardian ensuring the dream stays inside, and so safely contained. Your brain continues its work, refining memory, testing scenarios, exploring emotional outcomes. Every dream is a question asked gently. What if this happened? How would we feel? What should we prepare for? This is how the sleeping brain creates reality, not to escape the world, but to understand it more deeply. And as the dream stabilizes, as memory fully transforms into experience, a final ingredient emerges, something that gives the dream its unmistakable presence, something that makes the world feel alive. In the next chapter, we'll enter that layer where time loosens, identity shifts, and the dream becomes a place you don't just see, but inhabit. For now, let the images drift. Let memory soften. Let the brain continue its quiet architecture. You are exactly where you need to be. Chapter 3: When Time Forgets Its Shape. In dreams, time no longer behaves. Minutes stretch into lifetimes. Years dissolve into moments. Cause and effect loosen its grip. And yet, inside the dream, everything feels perfectly natural. This is because time as you experience it is not something the universe gives you. It is something your brain constructs. When you are awake, time is anchored. Your brain constantly checks the world. Light changes, sounds arrive, your body moves. These signals act like ticks of a clock. They keep time flowing forward, steady, reliable, unquestioned. But in sleep, those signals fade. The clock loses its hands. With no external reference, the sleeping brain is free to reorganize experience. It no longer measures duration by seconds or minutes. Instead, it measures time by events, by emotional intensity, by narrative significance. A single feeling can become an entire era. This is why you can dream for hours, yet wake after only minutes. Why a brief image can feel endless. The brain isn't compressing time, it's abandoning it. Inside a dream, you don't ask, how long has this been happening? You ask, what is happening now? The present expands to fill everything. This shift is not accidental. Your brain evolved to care about meaning, not clocks. In waking life, time keeps you efficient. In sleep, meaning takes priority. And meaning does not move in straight lines. It loops, pauses, jumps. So the dream world follows the same rhythm. This is where identity begins to soften because your sense of self is tightly bound to time. You remember who you were, you anticipate who you will be. But when time loosens, so does the boundary of identity. In dreams, you may become younger, older, someone else entirely, or no one at all. And still, it feels natural. That's because the sleeping brain no longer needs to maintain a stable narrative. It isn't preparing you for action, it is exploring possibility. The part of your brain responsible for critical evaluation, for asking, does this make sense? Grows quiet, not gone, just resting. And in its absence, the dream unfolds without resistance. You accept impossible landscapes. You accept sudden changes. You accept contradictions. Because acceptance is the default state of the dreaming mind. This openness is essential. It allows the brain to simulate futures without fear, to revisit pasts without judgment, to explore emotions without consequence. In dreams, failure doesn't cost you survival, so the brain experiments freely. It rearranges identity. It reshapes outcomes. It bends reality safely. And somewhere beneath this freedom, a deeper process is unfolding. The brain is integrating experience, weaving emotion, memory, and meaning into something coherent. Not logically coherent, emotionally coherent. This is why dreams often feel symbolic, why they speak in metaphor, because the sleeping brain doesn't communicate in language, it communicates in experience. A locked door, a long road, a rising flight. These aren't messages, they are felt understandings. And as the dream deepens, you stop observing it, you inhabit it. The dream is no longer something happening to you, it is something happening as you. This is the final transformation, the moment the sleeping brain completes its work, where perception, memory, emotion, and identity merge into a seamless reality. And when that happens, there is no question, no doubt, no distance, only presence. In the final chapter, we'll arrive at that place where the sleeping brain becomes a universe and you become its quiet center. For now, let time loosen, let identity soften, let the dream continue its gentle unfolding. You are safe. You are drifting. You're exactly where the brain knows how to take you. Chapter 4: Becoming the World, Returning Gently. At the deepest point of sleep, there is no observer, no narrator, no questioner, only experience. This is the final secret of the sleeping brain. It does not merely show you a world. For a while, it lets you become it. In waking life, there is always distance. You look at things, you think about things, you interpret. But in dreams, distance disappears. You are not watching the river, you are moving with it. You are not standing beneath the sky, you are inside its unfolding. This is because the brain has quieted the systems that keep you separate from experience. The part that says, "This is happening to me," softens into, "This is happening." And in that simplicity, the dream reaches its most convincing state. The world feels complete, self-contained, enough. From the brain's perspective, this is not escape, it is integration. All night long, your brain has been working, sorting memory, balancing emotion, testing futures, releasing what no longer serves you. Dreams are not random stories. They are the brain stitching meaning into your life so you can wake up whole. And when that work nears completion, the dream begins to fade. Not abruptly, not harshly, but like fog lifting from a quiet field. Time slowly remembers itself. Identity gently transforms. The body sends signals again. A shift in breathing, a twitch of muscle, a faint awareness of the room. The brain begins reopening its windows to the world. Light filters in, sound returns, gravity reasserts itself. And with that, reality returns, but subtly changed, because you do not wake up the same person who fell asleep. Each night, sleep edits you, softly, patiently, without asking permission. The sleeping brain doesn't just create dreams, it creates continuity between who you were yesterday and who you will be tomorrow. This is why a good night's sleep feels grounding, why problems feel lighter in the morning, why emotions feel less sharp. Your brain has rehearsed reality, so waking life can flow more smoothly. In a quiet way, dreaming is preparation, not for a specific event, but for being alive. And maybe that's the most beautiful part, that every night, without applause, without awareness, your brain becomes an artist, a storyteller, a universe builder. It creates worlds so you can wake up and live in this one. So as you rest here now, whether drifting deeper into sleep or slowly rising toward morning, remember this. Reality is not something that simply happens to you. It is something your brain is constantly, lovingly creating. Even now, even in rest. Sleep well, and when you wake, carry a little of that gentleness with you. The world will still be there, but you will meet it, just slightly renewed.